Alright, here we go. Today, guys, I was playing on a Hunter.
I don't want to hear that word here again.
I know, but it had to be done because today we are taking a look at the Hunter Revenant specifically and the ability Shatter Dive, and why I think Shatter Dive is a little bit too crazy right now. Now, some of you guys are going to be outraged. In fact, we have a live look at Hunter mains coming to the comment section right now as we speak. Now here we go, you can take a look at the ability right here, Shatter Dive, activate while mid-air to quickly descend and shatter nearby targets on impact. Now that's not the only thing that it does, obviously you combine it with the Glacier Grenade and then you shatter and it kills anything in a very wide radius. I do believe if you are running the Whisper of Fishes fragment, it will kill anything up to 10 meters away, but it doesn't just do that. There's a lot more going on here than just, shattering the crystal, which obviously is very powerful and probably the main contention point with Shatter Dive, but I wanted to highlight a couple of other issues with this ability. Now obviously people are going to be angry and salty because when you say anything about a class that someone mains in Destiny, it's like you've insulted the whole family in real life. I know people get really upset and really triggered, but it's all good, man. I know maybe other people don't want to make a video like this because they fear the scorn of the comment section, but listen, man, it's all good, boys and girls. I'll shoulder it for everybody because it needs to be said. Better illustrate what I mean by things that you don't really know about Shatter Dive and things that might surprise you about Shatter Dive. Here's the first thing I'm going to show you here in a private match. So my teammate here, or my enemy in the lobby, Garni, is going to pop his Sentinel Super, and then I am going to activate Shatter Dive as he attempts to hit me with the light attack of the Super. I believe the light attack does over 200 damage to a normal Guardian who doesn't have any damage resistance. Now this is with the damage resistance of the ability Shatter Dive, which, bear in mind, does not have a cooldown. As you can see, he hits me and I tank the shot. According to him, it was doing 105 or 110 damage as opposed to the normal 200 plus that it does. And that is one thing about Shatter Dive that is incredibly powerful, and frankly I just do not understand what Bungie were thinking with that. Was this intentional? I really do not understand why it would be an intentional thing. You have to understand, Shatter Dive is also a downward dodge. A good player can use it to peek, get back down into cover, and even if you shoot him while he peeks you, he's going to be taking less damage thanks to that increased damage resistance. So the first thing I would say is it should no longer give you damage resistance. To me, that's absolutely crazy. It makes no sense for that to be the case. As you can see in the background as well, we have examples here now of using Shatter Dive against supers. It's very powerful. Now I will say this, the Titan Cryoclasm slide works very similar and equally does a lot of damage to supers, particularly if you freeze them first and then slide to the crystals. However, I do think on a Hunter, you don't even need to freeze most supers. You can just throw it near them and then jump down and Shatter Dive and kill basically most supers in the game. I think Ward of Dawn and I would want to say Behemoth are very difficult to destroy, but something like a Well of Radiance even, you don't even need to freeze them, just drop it down near them and they will die. It's very powerful. And here's the thing, I know a lot of people on Hunter mains are going to be in the comment section, what about the Titan Slide? I can address it right now. Here's the biggest difference between the Titan Slide and Shatter Dive. First of all, you can see in this clip, I've got this guy frozen. For whatever reason, I couldn't generate my momentum and I couldn't slide. I don't know what it was, if I was being blocked by a piece of ice or whatever, but I could not slide. And then you can see he gets unfrozen and immediately Shatter Dives me and wins the round. And I think this clip illustrates perfectly the big difference between the two abilities. First of all, you need to be sliding. In order to slide, first you have to sprint. So you have to build momentum and then slide through the ice. You can do it very quickly, don't get me wrong, but it's not the same as something you can do in midair off a jump instantly. You can do it instantly from any angle, and not only that, it doesn't have a cooldown. The Cryoclasm slide has a 6-second cooldown after you slide twice. Again, that makes sense for Cryoclasm slide to have a cooldown. So that brings me on to my second point about Shatter Dive. First, it shouldn't get damage resistance. Second, it should have a cooldown, just like other abilities. Example, Icarus Dash has a cooldown, and Cryoclasm slide has a cooldown. Dodge has a cooldown. I see no reason why this should not have a cooldown. If you do it once, you should be on like a 5 to 6 second cooldown. What does that mean? It means if someone successfully manages to bait your Shatter Dive out, they know they can safely push you without being punished instantly by another Shatter Dive. Another thing with this ability is that it can be used in ways to just clean up shotgun kills. So you can jump up, shotty a guy, now he's one shot, immediately Shatter Dive, you're taking less damage as you do the dive, and he is getting damaged for 50 damage and he's dead. It's such an insanely powerful tool, and I don't have a problem with it in its inherent design. I think it's a cool ability. I just think it shouldn't get damage resistance, and it should not be on an infinite cooldown. That makes absolutely no sense. For example, you could Shatter Dive. While you're Shatter Diving, you get damage resistance. As you land, you shatter crystals and get a kill. Then you could dodge with, say, something like Wormhusk Crown, and you've got your health back. Also, with the other fragment on Hunter, you can slow your opponent whilst you dodge, and simultaneously recharge your melee, which can also freeze and slow, or you could have your gun reloaded instantly. The amount of utility there on Revenant Hunter is absolutely insane. And it's whatever, I'm not saying it shouldn't be like that. It's fine to have cool stuff and super strong stuff, but it shouldn't be this strong. Like, it should have a cooldown. An ability that allows you to do as much as this does should not be done infinitely. It makes absolutely no sense. This is my first day playing on this subclass. I hopped on Pink Eye's account because I don't actually have Hunter leveled on my own account, so I wanted to play it myself as well just to see what it was like, and it's insane. It's just insanely strong. There's no two ways about it. It is absolutely mental. Now, the last thing to talk about, and obviously I haven't focused on this as much because it's already been talked about a lot already, but obviously Whisper of Fishes in combination with the Shatter Dive is obviously really powerful. I think they need to nerf the damage that stasis does when you shatter it across the board. So it's not the Hunter specific thing, but even for the Behemoth Titan, the damage that you do when you shatter crystals just should not be what it is. It's too much, and the radius is too much. Tone it down, you know, from the top, and then if the Whisper of Fishes gives it a little boost, that's fine, but you need to tone it down a fair bit overall. That just needs to be put in line. It's just too much, guys. It's too much. It's too oppressive to anything that can't do it as well. So obviously it's a problem for Warlocks, but then again, Warlocks can freeze every 30 seconds with a melee, which is very powerful, and no other class can do that. I will say though, the Hunter Shuriken is incredibly powerful as well. Not gonna lie, the Revenant kit is just absolutely insane. It is just kind of bonkers, I cannot lie. So to sum up, basically, it needs to have no damage resistance and it needs to be on a cooldown. You put those two things on and I think it'll be okay, but right now it's absolutely insane. If you haven't come across it, maybe you haven't played Trials of Osiris, I'm telling you right now, playing it out in Trials of Osiris is really, it's just not fun. Every engagement there's a chance that someone's just going to throw a nade and just slam down on the ground and you're dead. By the way, if you use something like Frosties like I was, literally between Whisper of Shards and the rapid cooldown on Frosties, you'll have another grenade in about 5 to 10 seconds, it feels like. It's really insane, guys. It is really insane. I was thinking maybe I should even do a video on Frosties on this class. I don't know if someone's done it already. I don't really do Hunter videos, but it's pretty nuts. It really is pretty nuts. But anyway, guys, that's basically all I have to say. If you're super salty, that's fine. You know, I've got a message for you guys who are really mad, all the Hunter mains, who, you know, can't think about this rationally. The last thing I want to say as well, before anyone says it, and I'm saving it to the end, so maybe the really salty people are going to miss this, but if not, it's not a Hunter Titan bias for me. Memes aside, it's something to do with that. If Titans had the Shatter Dive ability, I guarantee you I would be making this same video. It's not really that deep for me. I don't take the Titan Hunter thing that seriously. It's more of a meme for me. Hope you enjoy the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. So, when Shatter Dive gets nerfed,
do not attach any association of this to me whatsoever. I have nothing to do with such idiocy, such blasphemy, such ridiculous nonsense.